Lynn with Hollywood First Look Features, and right now I have Dan Stevens, who plays Alexander Lemtov in Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. Now, I want to know, where on the bucket list playing a Will Ferrell nemesis, where did that land on the list of roles as an actor for you? Because that's pretty iconic for me.
It's pretty high up, I have to say, and in particular to be the recipient of a Will Ferrell kind of freak out fight scene, which is in almost every one of his movies in some form. Yeah, I mean, it was right up there, I have to say. Yeah, real highlight.
Will actually associated your performance as Alexander to a Russian George Michael. So I want to know, where exactly did the inspiration come from? Or did he just come very naturally to you? Because the inflections, almost the snarl would come out. Yeah,
I mean, he's a sort of a mishmash of a number of different characters that I've sort of known and experienced over the years. I guess I once had the great privilege of meeting Irina Shayk, the Russian model, who was I met her in Manhattan, and she asked where I live, and I said Brooklyn, and she went, Brooklyn, too far. And just being the recipient of that kind of like Euro millionaire sort of snobbery, I thought was great to kind of infuse Lemtov with a bit of that.
I did not know, so I want to just thank you for this. I did not know that Eurovision Song Contest was an actual thing.
Amazing.
So if you could just explain to our viewers exactly what this contest is.
Yeah, it's tricky to explain exactly what it is, because I've just grown up with it, and anybody who grows up in Europe just kind of knows what it is. It's a song competition, obviously, that happens every year, has happened since the late 50s, very much part of the European experiment, where every country in Europe submits a song that they feel will bring Europe together and that everyone will want to vote for. And so sometimes you get some very, very beautiful lyrical folk song, sung by a solo performer. Sometimes you'll get a death metal band with prosthetic monster masks, and everything in between. There's always at least one entrance that gives a very kind of sexualized performance, leather clad with fire going off. And that's obviously very much the school that Lemtov comes from. But yeah, it's a real crazy pageant of talent and musical madness, and it's a really entertaining night of viewing, and people often get together, have viewing parties, and it's amazing to me that there's a whole continent of people who've never heard of it and who will get to realize what's been going on for 60 years.
Well, I hear that there was sort of like a bet between you and David Dobkin about how much clothing you could get Alexander not to wear during the entire filming of this. Talk to me a little bit about that. And did you have a hand in this?
I mean, I think it was fairly clear that he wouldn't be wearing a shirt for most of the movie. He's just one of those guys. We always made sure that he had something golden or ridiculously overpriced on his body at any one time. And so, Anna Shepherd, the costume designer, had a lot of fun raiding the sort of luxury section of Harrods in London in preparation for this. And we tried on some pretty outrageous outfits that didn't make the cut. So, you can imagine just how weird they were. But it was just a lot of fun putting this all together. The wig, the look, and then the song and the choreography as well. It made for such a fun preparation for a role.
Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, is now streaming on Netflix. Dan, this was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Nice to meet you.